Hello all and welcome to the EXFL Tier 2 Season 5 French Grand Prix. I am F1 Union, your commentator for tonight, and joined alongside me for the first time since Monaco, it is ETE Nico. Nick, say hello.
Hello everyone, it's very good to be back. As you can see, straight away into wet qualifying. Hopefully Tier 2 can put on a good show for us tonight.
Yes indeed, we got 16 drivers as Smithy's left the session. Not the greatest start, but I'll get him back in. As Tigo Bayer has a qualifying ban, and he's serving it just now. As he's retired, not been disqualified.
Yeah, just having a look around the track, there's already been a lot of spins already. A mixed bit strategy, we've got Thies here, I believe he's the championship leader at the moment. On the Inters, I'm not quite sure if he meant that, but we will see how or what he can do with that. But yeah, a lot of spins so far, so it'll be a tricky one. As we have JJ Francis at the top of the border, the one.
I'm hearing it's going to be a wet qualifying and a wet race.
Oh, so the drivers bolting on their wet setups, maybe, or maybe a big call out. Oh no, nothing will happen.
So Thies has really opted for the Inters at the moment.
I'm not sure if he meant it. He did put something in the chat, but he's stuck with it. Maybe.
Nick, your mic is crackling a bit.
Yeah,
I don't know about the stream.
Yeah, have a look.
Might be best. I don't know. Leave the party, join back, include your audio again.
I sort of slightly moved my headset back in.
It's still there.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Right, 6 times on the board, ranging between 17 seconds. JJ Francis currently on provisional pole. Yes, these, like Nick said, the championship leader at the moment, opting on the Inters. These are conditions that do not seem fit for those kind of tyres. And unfortunately, no.
I mean, I don't know if it's the same with yours, but my game audio is also crackling.
My audio was crackling a bit, but it stopped now. Well, if you are listening, it'd be good if you could let me know if any of our mics go bad. Maybe just give me a message to let me know you heard that. Anyway, these goes to P2 on the Inters. So, who knows, maybe it is a bit of a crossover. However, JJ Francis really proving he can be one to fight up at the front, beating both Ferraris on their bankers. Josh Crabtree setting behind in P5. And also P6, and Sinai on his teammate 3 tenths behind in P7. And then the 2 Mercedes. Let's see who's on that lap. Arozio starting his flying lap, his home Grand Prix tonight. So let's all hope he can do well and score some good points in the Alfa Romeo. Bratty Terra, P2 on his debut last time out, only missed out on the win by 3 tenths after Thies' 5-second time penalty. And Crudaves, who has been very unlucky so far this season and his career really, so let's hope today is the day that starts his career in the right direction. Nathan and Smithy, AlphaTauri, still getting solid points most races. And then Seb, race winner obviously this season, coming back into the pits. Is these going again? I'm not too sure. Looks like he's pushing, but obviously he's got barely any ERS. Okay, thanks. Well, apparently my mic is fine, Nick. If you want to talk now. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Before I'll let you talk in a sec. We've got more people on the Inters now. Seems like a crossover is happening.
I just saw Frosty Life coming with the long right hand and he's going over for a spin. So yeah, maybe as much as the game can deceive you, it's still very wet. But you've got to listen to the delta.
Right, so that's 4 people on the Inters out of the top 9. Frosty's still struggling to get a representative time on the board, let's say. Who is on a lap though? I don't think anyone is at the moment. I think Thies has fueled his car for a bunch of runs because he did actually improve. He's into the 44s, but he's still a tenth and a bit behind JJ Francis. Carbro's heading around the final couple corners now, but obviously he's not going full blast. And I think he'll start another lap again. I agree, Nick. I 100% agree to that.
Yep.
But yeah, it's unfortunate, but oh well, the stream must go on.
Was it crackly before the stream?
No, actually it wasn't. But the thing is, in the party, you always sound fine. It's just in the stream you don't sound fine. But now for the first time, you still sound how it would be on the stream.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Anyway,
I would leave
throw
the
a bold
party,
one
but
out.
then I don't want it to like cancel out your audio.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh well, I'll live with it. Anyway, who do you think is going to get pole in 9 minutes' time?
Well, in the lobby,
Oscars.
I thought, Frosty Life, just come down from tier 1, he could get a shout. But I'm not quite sure after seeing his recent performance. He's just gone up to P8 with a 146.069, so maybe it's tied to the Inters. But I was going to say Thieves, but we've still got JJ Francis out there, and I'm pretty sure his first time on the wet tyres. So
It was, yes.
yeah, I think.
And he's on the Inters now, and he's not improved.
So I'm just like struggling again, and he got Hirosia there.
Oh, home Grand Prix spirit puts it onto provisional pole. Love to see it.
On the wets as well, so maybe it's not as black and white as we see it.
JJ Francis,
will definitely
10th and a half up for JJ Francis on the intermediate tyre, heading through now sector 3. He's got a bit of traffic in front of him, but at the moment it'll be close between whether he can beat Erosia's time or just get within a few hundredths of it. But now he just has to navigate his way through the final couple corners. Got an Alpine and a Williams in his way. That's a corner where so many people can spin. Just in the dry alone, in the wet it must be even harder, but just 2 corners to go now. A left and a right, going wide.
That's Frosty up again in that
Is it?
last sector. Really struggling,
dear.
but as we go back to JJ Francis, I'll hand it back over to you.
Yep, coming across the line, needs to be a 44.631. He comes across the line and it's at 44.2. Goes faster by 0.6 over his personal best that was a 44.8, and he's now back on provisional pole. As these now blitzes it with a 43.4. He's found his pace, and he has delivered in true fashion as he usually does this season.
I'm not quite sure what. I don't know if JJ Francis has gone for a second push that, but he did run out of ERS deployment just before the line. I'm not quite sure if that's a usual thing for France for the wet, but I think he might have gone for a second push lap.
Ah, well, that'll explain it, because I'm sure you'd obviously want to start your fastest lap with 100% ERS. But Thieses' teammate now, Bram, coming around the final corner. He's currently on a 45.5 on the intermediate, so this is his first run on the Inters, coming across the line. 43.6, Ferrari 1-2, separated by a tenth and a half. JJ Francis and Erosia on the second row then. Frosty and Arsenal on the Inters, but they're in the pits. So is Bratty Terror and Seb coming around the final corner now. So let's see where Seb goes. This should be good enough, I think, for about 6th. Coming across the line. It's P6.
Jaden, that's beautiful.
Oh, what a guess.
Just seeing
Coming out
there,
the pit just behind him is Bratty.
Yeah, coming out of the pits there, which is could be a big issue. Or, as you said, just a little bit of a wiggle on the exit. But that exit could be very annoying. And
Could be.
almost costly. If there's a safety car on, you're trying to get out in front. It could cause many accidents.
Could do indeed. JJ Francis comes into the pits. I was going to ask you to take us on board a lap, but there's no one really in the third sector yet, apart from one of the Ferraris. Graham, who's, I believe, Is he going again? I'm looking at his ERS, and oh, that was very close to invalidation. But this session's gone really quickly. We're already on in 5 minutes, in the final 5 minutes. But yeah, Bram and I believe Nathan's currently on a lap, but on the wet compound tyre. He'll finish this soon.
Has tried to go for another lap. He's down in 12 seconds by that, and then, yeah,
he's
in the back, and he falls in the
Right, Nate, look how much water's on the side pods of that AlphaTauri. Blimey. Anyway, around the final corner, across the line. Go on then, I'll guess again. He'll beat his teammate Smithy and put P7.
Oh, okay.
Oh god.
Wow.
Oh no. I should have stayed with the first one. Who is starting the lap then? Bratty was just about to finish his lap, but that is way off the pace. Who's behind him? Oh, there was someone behind him. I think it was a Red Bull just pulled off.
Push like 100% ERS, so he's been saving that out. Yeah, 150.
Definitely.
Oh,
so take us through this lap then, Nick.
Oh, so going to someone very easy to invalidate on that inside. You've got to really pick out the apex, as you know, you don't want to be invalidated straight away. Turn 2, if you touch that curve a little bit oddly, it will spin you around. Then brake just before the 50 metre board in the wet. This could be very tricky on the traction, and this corner can be deadly if you touch that curve. He's avoided that well. Through the long right-hander, which is very tricky once again with the rain, and then through that left-hander, you don't want to touch that curve on the inside too much, otherwise it will spin you around. A common theme around this track, don't touch the curbs. Then coming to the chicane and back straight in GTs, they'll go straight ahead, and you just miss that inside curve nicely with freezing around to the right, and then you just pull the curve on the left to get a good bit of traction, and then down to the flat out right hander in the dry. And let's see what he does in the wet. A down shift and a little dab of the brake off the foot on and back on, and then through the tricky section of the long right and left handers through sector 3, losing the rear a little bit, having to counteract that, and then into the tricky left-hander where you've got to spot your braking point right, or you could lose the rear. And then coming towards the end of that, hoping not to invalidate. He's had a little bit of a wiggle there, not quite sure what happened. And then into the final corner, hard to spot your braking point again, not a lot of markers. And then getting onto the power side, so not to throw it away. He brings it over to the right and across the line with a 44.5, which takes his P4 1.0 seconds off.
Yep, Alpine P4 and 6 at the moment. 7 at the moment now as Arsenal out of nowhere puts his car into P2. That was unexpected. And then we go Frosty Life, finally delivering what Nick thought about. Frosty's back on provisional pole now with a minute and a half remaining.
3 turns down, that's nice and comfortable about that. Oh, we've got Carbro!
I think the track's improving.
Yeah, massively.
I generally think the track's because it was very heavy rain when we first started. Is it going to come down to last man over the line? But yeah, wow, Mercedes 1-2 at the moment. At France. Oh, there goes Thieves. Where is he going? Oh, he's having a little trip.
I think he could. Wow. He might have noticed that hit. Oh, he's just invalidated the lap. And from previous experience, I know if you go too far off the track, you can get.
You invalidate your next lap, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And I wonder
Arsenal
if
though.
Arsenal's
improving.
He's gone into AI, so maybe we'll see something in the chat. But yeah, as you say, yeah,
Kudabe is now on provisional pole. Watch out for Arsenal. We got to keep an eye out for Arsenal. Oh, there, no. Frankie now. Who was that? Who was? Oh, it was Bratty Terry who got in his way. Arsenal. That's his lap ruined.
I don't really know what's happening here.
Oh, and that's it for Arsenal then. Red Bull now second and third. Frankie's on provisional pole then. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Who's going to cross the line last? As Nathan's retired. I think that was Smithy who crossed the line last. Where is Smithy? 6th. There we go. He's crossed the line, but that's it for him then. So, yeah. Did it invalidate Thies? It did invalidate Thies. You were right, Nick. So Thies will only start 7th at best. That's it for Mercedes, 4th and 5th. What about the top 3? Crew de Vase has found a little bit of time. Josh is just finishing sector 1. And Frankie, that's it for him. So can Red Bull snatch pole position? They need to make up 3 tenths as a spinning Alpine gets in the way of Josh. Crew de Vase, can you see anyone below 6th improving, Nick?
I shall now have a look. We've got
Bram's found a bit of time.
6 tenths up. Yeah, he's 1.5
Erosia
seconds up at the moment.
JJ Francis now around the final corner then, who was on provisional pole for most of this qualifying session. He needs to beat a 42 flat. He's at a 44.2 at the moment. Crossing the line now. P3 at the moment for him. He splits the Red Bulls. What about Erosio at his home Grand Prix? Can he get anywhere near the top 3? Can he even put it on pole position? He crosses the line now. 42.3. He now goes 3rd. What about the other Ferrari? Yeah, here we go. Bram. P4 can't get it. What about the Red Bulls then? Josh Crabtree. No. Crew de Vase is into the pit lanes. That's it for him. Thies is 10th. So, can Josh Crabtree? No, he cannot. That's 9 seconds down. Sinai can't. P9, yeah. Smithy, invalidated. What about Seb then? He's around the final corner. What about Frankie? He doesn't extend his advantage. It looks like Frankie is going to take pole position unless Seb can do something wild. Crosses the line. P13 for him. It is Frankie on pole position alongside Josh, alongside Erosia for his home Grand Prix. He's 3rd. Bram 4th. JJ Francis 5th. Crew de Vase 6th. The 2 Mercedes 7th and 8th. Sin Icon, Smithy 10th. And then Thies, the championship leader, starting outside the top 10. He invalidated, like Nick said, before the lap even began. Arsenal P12, Seb P13, and then we have Bratty, Nathan, and Tigo. Wow, I didn't expect that. Did you, Nick?
No, absolutely not. And I mean, as I said in the middle, you know, for a second, it looked like my prediction would be right with Frosty like up there, but only P8, and it just shows how quickly the rain conditions can switch on you, snap it away, and wow. Like, great qualifying session, and if this race is going to be wet, it's going to be interesting to see who's got that dry setup or who's got that wet setup.
Very much indeed. I'll remind everyone that there's no formation lap due to the glitches still. We are going to instantly go to the lights and the race will begin. But yeah, Frankie takes pole position. I'm not going to say if it's his first or not. I have no clue at the moment. But let's just say congratulations that he is on pole, and let's hope after a few races of a few disappointing results, I'm sure he'll be glad to be on pole position. Josh alongside him then, no wins for him yet, and neither for Erosio at his home Grand Prix. It would be something special if he could get a podium. We'll find out then. It's the French Grand Prix. We start the second half of this season then, with a very interesting grid. Thies has got it all to do from P11. We're going to see some comeback if he's to get to the podium or even win this race. But with 4 wins, 5 wins.
I just had a look at Thies' invalidated lap. A 41.5. That would have been pole
it's half
by
a second,
5
yeah.
tenths. That, like, you're going to have a lot to do.
Inters.
Inters, yeah, just seen them in the Mercedes garage in the very light rain. But let's see what Thies can do, because, yeah, you've got a lot of work in the rain to do.
This is definitely not as heavy as when qualifying started. So will it dry up? Who knows? We got to keep an
That's
eye
a
on
good
that.
shout, because that looks lighter than what qualifying ended with. So
could this be like a dry tyres on wet track? We'll see, because the lights are coming on now, and we're gonna have to wait for the revs because the lights aren't always that dependent. But the 5 lights are coming on now. And it's lights out and away we go. Frankie does get away well ahead of Josh, and Erosie's got a brilliant start. He's already up in a P1. He's already, as Thies has dropped down, I think, to 40. But Erosia leads into turn 1 for his home Grand Prix from Frankie, from the 2 Red Bulls, and JJ Francis getting wheel to wheel with him, forcing him off. But he's still wheel to wheel as they've all managed to make it through miraculously. As Thies has dropped down to P14, like you said, as JJ Francis is now battling away with Crew de Vase and the 2 Red Bulls, and Arsenal also getting in the mix, as Bram's now trying to go down the inside. As JJ Francis gets caught up, he gets off the track. Erosia's leading though. That's the main thing. Oh, we got a spin at the back. It's Bratty Terror and Nathan getting caught up. JJ Francis dropping down the order though. As More islanders
hectic
joined, just like last
start.
week. But it's amazing. They've all pretty much... None of them have really crashed. Anyway, Frankie takes back the lead from Erosia. He's back in a P1 ahead of the Alfa Romeo.
Getting tight between Harbour there and Crew Maze. But oh my god, what a hectic start. Turn one, I've swapped between all the drivers and I saw nothing. Like everything just came at me.
As we watch all the drivers now go through this beautiful camera angle, Frankie leads then. He gets back in ahead of the lead. Erosia got a brilliant start, but now he has to settle behind the Alpine for now. Josh Crabtree in P3 with Bram P4. Sid Icon with once again a brilliant start in P5. Carborough holding station in P6. JJ Francis dropping places in P7. These up to P10 then after dropping to P14. As Erosia's taking back the lead as Nathan's got a penalty. Erosia out of nowhere has sent us. No! He's Frankie and Erosia make a bit of contact, but Erosia still keeps out in front. As it looks like it's almost stopped raining, but then, there we go. Erosia leads. Is Frankie going to try and move? Josh Crabtree out of nowhere. Down the inside, but Frankie's going to go back round the outside and stay ahead of the Red Bull. JJ Francis has already got a penalty. Oh, there we go. Yep.
There's been a little bit of contact, I think, between Frosty Life and the two. Frosty Life goes on again and...
It's all happening. These, Williams, Tigo, these is up to 6th. Look at all this carnage. The Alpha Tauri sending it. And These has been tagged. Oh! These has been hit.
I'm not sure it was the Smithy hit somebody else into Thieves. And that is not what Thieves wanted.
Tigo. I think it was Tigo Baito's Bratty Terror and JJ Francis banging wheels and Arsenal. And Tigo Baito now banging wheels. Arsenal gets up ahead, but Frankie's now spun. Frankie's been spun and he's reset to track as it's penalties galore. Erosia leads with a comfortable 1 second gap to Josh and Bram battling away. Frankie has now dropped down to 4th and he's under pressure from Gruda Vase for P5 as Bram gets ahead of Josh through into turn 13. Josh gets back ahead of the Ferrari and this is really game on at the top. These has it all to do then.
Frankie and Gruda Vase, they look side by side through long laps, and I'm not sure if Gruda Vase is damaged or not. No, I don't think he has, but Frankie gets back past with the switchback. But again, second lap, still a hectic start.
Did you see what happened to Frankie, Nick? Why he dropped down to 4th?
No, I'm not sure. All I saw was a yellow flag, and I thought a second I thought it was Bram. I saw a Ferrari go very slowly, but maybe
there must have been
maybe
contact.
there was a little bit of contact. Yeah.
Surely. As D's into the pits. Looks like he has damage.
Yeah, probably from that second hit.
I'm surprised he's still in this race. They hit his tyre, not his front wing.
Yeah.
Right, into the pits. Frankie 3 second now. Josh has a 3 second as well. As These has gone for the mediums. As Tigo and Arsenal. We'll look back to that if that works out. Tigo down the inside. Arsenal's going to try around the outside. He's going to keep his nose in there. Tigo tries to turn in. He leaves just enough space. This is actually brilliant racing between them as Arsenal's going to try around the outside and he's going to go off the track a bit. Tigo gets his nose in there and he stays ahead. That was brilliant defence from Tigo. And now Arsenal's going to try and use his ERS to get back at him on the straight. Not the greatest exit. And it looks like Tigo will just stay ahead. But Tigo's used all of his ERS already. And Arsenal's using everything he's got as we've got a yellow further back. Arsenal now round the outside of the Alfa Romeo. The Mercedes looking keen on the back of them. Tigo kicks his nose in there and Arsenal goes to the inside, still wheel to wheel with the Alfa Romeo, but here comes the Mercedes out of nowhere. Carborough making it nearly a 3-wide battle, but Carborough's now got the better slipstream, the better exit, and now he's going to try and get them both down the inside of Arsenal, and he has to back off and let the position back to the Williams. Arsenal goes off wide though, and they are as they were. That was brilliant. Arsenal's made a mistake, he's gone wide and Carborough's not done with them. He takes back P8. Battles galore everywhere you see as Arsenal's getting right up to the back of the Mercedes there, and it allows Tigo to have some breathing room.
Already
9 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. A lot of penalties, not what you want for 27 laps and 3 laps completed. And I was just going to say another one was sitting there, 6 seconds for him. I don't think Thieves was meant to do that. I'm not quite sure. Maybe
he's not working. I don't think. 27.2, 20.
The disadvantage
maybe.
for Tier 2 is without having the surface and carcass, you can't see if the tyres are overheating or not. So
very true.
I'm not sure, but it's still raining. You know, I'm getting plenty of puddles. Like, yeah, definitely not the right call. I wonder if it was just a mistake or a massive gamble, but he's just going to put a little bit more wear on them, and he's already 18 seconds behind.
Yeah, unfortunately. Race rundown then, JJ Francis, 12 seconds now, so that's definitely a warning for Arozia. But Arozia, in his home Grand Prix, leads the French Grand Prix ahead of Josh, who's just ahead of Bram, ahead of Frankie, Kudaves, Tigo, battling with Sin Icon, as Carbro and JJ Francis and Arsenal's now dropping down the order, and he's now having to defend on the 2 Alpha Tower who's right behind him, and then we have Seb just under a second behind, and then we have the 3 soft dry runners, as Thies slowly gaining on them, but if I put it to leader, 43 seconds off the lead for Thies. We'll keep that. He's going down at the moment, so this might work out. Who knows? Anyway, closest battle I think is Carbro and Sin Icon, as Mercedes is right up behind the Williams, and the track is getting drier.
Yeah, it looks very dry.
They're in the pits. What? We got a yellow. That's one of the Mercedes. Yeah.
Carbro and Sin Icon just cutting across the front wing. Everybody's into the pits. Definitely
And everyone's speeding in the pits.
Now. We're gonna see.
Oh, it stopped raining. Yep, it stopped raining.
Yeah,
it's definitely time.
20 seconds. I don't even know if there's enough corners for that. 5 seconds speed.
20 seconds.
Drive through. He's gonna get disqualified at this rate. 5 seconds speed in the pit lane. 15 for track limit. I mean, he's gone off 15 times in about 4 laps.
Mia.
I don't know. Like, is there even enough corners?
Has Arsenal? Oh, there we go. Arsenal's put. I thought he put Inters on again. He's having to wait because I think he sped.
I'd point that out.
Oh, brilliant.
Brilliant.
These, yep, fastest lap. That proves, but he's down in 13th only after all this. So he really went in too early.
And he's put on well on those tyres. Although he's less, but it's still probably maybe 5-10%, which
there we go.
What you need.
Right, Alpha may have a dilemma here. There might be a big enough gap to stack them, but yeah, they're losing more and more time. And could this potentially mean that Josh Crabtree could be leading this race after this lap? He's got a penalty, of course. Let's switch it back to penalties, because we know everyone will be on dries. Lap 5 then, and the strategy is blown wide open between softs and mediums. You can make no stops if you want to now, because we've had the inters. You can take a set of softs all the way to the end. They won't last the whole race, but you can if you want. So the strategy is going to be very interesting, as Arozia is into the pit lane.
Now Josh Crabtree's going for this final sector, you're really going to see the gap drop down, because it'll be so much tougher on the inters. But due to this, or on this game, inters are much easier to drive on the dry surface. But 21 seconds as they entered the pit lane. It's going to be a tight one.
They've got that pretty much bang on, but obviously the game doesn't allow perfect double stats. Anyway, is Arozia going to get out ahead? No, he's dropped down to third. He's behind Bram, and Josh Crabtree now leads this race on the soft compound tyre compared to Bram and Arozia's mediums. Frankie also on mediums. Batty Terror, Crew de Vase, Tigo comes out just in front of Batty Terror, who's going to have to keep behind for now. Who's dropping down the order? Nathan, he comes out the pits in P12. The Mercedes in front of him has gone wide. He's going to try the switchback on Carbro, but it doesn't quite work. He's on fresh tyres, and he'll need to groove them in. So he's in P12 at the moment. Thies trying a little move, but he's still down in P13. This has not worked out for the championship leader. But he's got 0 penalties. Keep in mind, we've got a yellow.
That's Bratty.
Oh, it's Bratty, yeah. So that gives Thies 1 position. Bram now challenging for the lead. Here we go then, Bram. As Josh has used all his ERS, he's still using his ERS to try and stay ahead of Bram. Can't quite get the move done. Look at this, a 4-car. Yeah, there's a Rosie, there we go, penalty for him. But we've got a massive 4-car battle for P9 then. Seb, Carbro, Nathan and Thies, as they're all trailing each other by less than half a tenth. As the Mercedes is right on. Yeah. Oh, nearly running into the back of the Haas there, as taking the title line. Nathan Thies is going to try the switch back. Nathan completely cuts the corner, as Thies is getting, probably getting annoyed at this. He's going to have to try and put him under pressure, as Nathan, I'm guessing, still has that ERS issue.
Yeah, well, I was
on
just saying Nathan's still in the nose there. It's a technique I see from the fake TV, showing the nose, seeing if the other driver makes a switch. And talking about mistakes, Seb going off in the final corner. seems to have held it.
Track's definitely improving because we're seeing everyone throughout the grid make
Oh,
mistakes. As,
what?
JJ Francis has lost his hold from wing. I didn't mean to make mistakes. I said make fastest laps, but that's definitely a mistake. JJ Francis in the wall, and he's past the pit lane.
There was definitely contact. How do you... Unless he's raged.
Right, so the top 4 now all have a penalty apart from... And then Crew of A's behind them. So if we have a safety car, he's definitely in prime position. Same with Frosty Life. 23 seconds.
Talking about
Right, here we go then, Carbro. And Thieves. Is Thieves going to try a triple overtake? He's going to try and send it. And he makes contact with the Mercedes. And just about leaves enough room, but the Carbro loses out. But that's a double overtake from Thieves. Really getting his elbows out. He's up to P9, now trailing 4 tenths behind Seb.
So exceeded track limits as I thought on that left-hander there. It's taken me a long while to scroll all the way down already. After 7 laps.
Has Thieves got any warnings?
Yeah, so he just cut the inside corner. I was going to check on his overall warnings. 2 warnings so far.
Alright then. Bram fighting Josh then. Bram who is a race winner. Josh who is not a race winner but a multiple podium placer. He wants that first win. Second in the standings. He needs to gain on Thieves' big gap at the moment. And this could be the race that starts it. But his teammate Bram is going to have something to say about it, as Thieves is now on the charge and is ahead of Seb. As Arsenal and JJ Francis. We've got a yellow. JJ Francis! Oh, okay. In the pit lane. There's Frosty Life. Frosty Life has dropped down the order. What's happened to Frosty?
There's already 67 penalties.
Oh my god.
Tons of seconds.
So yeah, Frosty Life got caught up with an incident. I don't know if he spun on his own or not. But looking further front, Tigo and Crew of A's. Tigo really coming alive as he's going to send it down the inside of the Red Bull, and they're going to see them emerge. Tigo's gone way too deep, but he manages to hold it ahead of the Red Bull on the medium tyres compared to the softs. Oh, the softs really not lasting that long. Crew of A's is going to come back at Tigo though, or at least draft him enough to pull to the inside with 0 ERS and take back the place.
That looks like a wet versus dry setup, but Tigo there, you know, he's looking good at the moment. He's getting close to that Red Bull through there. As I said, commentators,
he's gone too far behind and given Thieves a free place ahead of one of his main contenders. Tigo. I was thinking, because Tigo has had a quali ban, do you think he had a wet and dry setup ready? So whichever one it was, he could just put that on and then...
I'm not sure, but I feel terribly bad.
Crew of A's once again getting in unlucky territory, as now Carbro's right behind him. Mercedes versus Red Bull. Down the inside goes the Mercedes, braking later goes the Mercedes, and ahead goes the Mercedes on the Red Bull as he's up in a P7. And now Seb on the back of the Oracle Red Bull racing car as they're heading through the end of Sector 1 now. A little bit of a train forming now as Bratty nearly runs into the back of Seb, and now he's going to send it on Seb and bang wheels with the Haas and get ahead. A little aggressive there, but he's ahead of the Haas. Smithy also on the back. It's a 5-car battle really. P7. Seb's going to try and get back at Bratty now. Bratty's trying to break the toe all over the shop. They've got the same amount of ERS. They've both got DRS. And Seb's going to try and break later. He's going to try and go round the outside. And Bratty's just going to leave him the room. And he's got the move. Brilliant. And Smithy's now got the move. Yeah, the wheel to wheel. Yep, here comes Bratty with the slipstream.
Oh my god.
He's going to have to stay behind for now.
Smithy though.
Smithy! Yeah!
Oh! This is some
here we go then.
Smithy's
going to try the set!
Back. Oh, that was beautiful, but he kept
well, it wasn't with the... Yeah, that wasn't exactly...
That's
oh, here we go then. Battle for the lead. Oh, no we don't. Josh is pitting. Oh, the softs are really wearing that quickly.
Well, I didn't know I went on the softs in the first. Right,
who's the next soft runner?
I wonder if it'll rain again. It looks a bit cloudy.
A little bit.
Usually it goes like nice and blue. But yeah, the hard.
Rosie has just not got the pace, and he's got another penalty.
Got Nathan
It's
on the pitch
unfortunate.
as well. And the soft to the medium.
Smithy, what's happened with Smithy? Oh dear.
A little bit of a spin there and probably another corner cut.
Nathan coming out the pits on the hard compound tyre. No, the medium compound tyre. And Arsenal in P14 on the medium. Smithy on the medium. Hard compound tyre. Right. So Josh has come out behind this little train of cars. Well, his teammate's in 7th and he's going to pit again. Probably this lap. These, I still say it's not over for him.
I was just going to say that thing. In his own race at the moment, currently P4 on penalties. On the medium
He's got Tigo
tyre.
to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully all goes well.
He's gaining a lot, bit by bit. Josh gets ahead of Bratty, who's going to try and have a little lunge back around the outside. Can't quite get him. So the Red Bull, that's a warning. The Red Bull gets ahead of the Alpine, who probably will be pitting as well, as he's also on the softs. As he's now got Seb in front of me, he's really picking them off one by one. As his teammate, is he going to pit? No, he stays out.
Oh
Interesting.
My, what have I just done?
Oh, okay, Bratty in.
Those tyres must be absolutely finished. If he missed that pit exit by a good 20 miles.
Right, Josh really pushing 6% left. As Seb's going to have the DRS of his team of Josh's teammates, so Josh needs to get a move on here. But he's trying to pick the right moment. He's not doing anything silly. He's going to have to wait until the straight. No, he's not. He's going to try and send it, but that's a bit costly from the Red Bull there. That's probably giving him a warning, an unnecessary one at that, because Seb will now get in the DRS of Josh's own teammate. And let's see, Seb has more ERS, but Josh is going to use his, and the DRS, and the slipstream, and everything else in between to go down the inside of the Haas. And Seb brilliantly holds it down.
Yeah, well
that was
defended.
Brilliant parking. Wow, he may have only got up an hour ago, but he is awake.
Going back to things, he's gained
A lot. 2 seconds?
He's gained, yeah, he's gained about 2 seconds in one lap.
Well, that's on Tigo, so who knows. He's still a good 16 seconds off his teammate, though.
But with penalties, what have we got?
However, he does have to pit again. Josh doesn't.
We've got 3, 9, we've got 11 seconds. So he has to
Right, does Josh's teammate pit? Yes, he does. Crudervase is in. That frees up. Crudervase 5 seconds for speeding. So now Josh is going to be behind Seb, who does not have DRS. As Thies is now already within a second of Tigo. That's how much he's gaining. Frosty Life after that spin earlier. No penalties for him also. So only Frosty Life and Thies have no penalties. As Smithy and Icon battling away, Icon has lost out. Carbo gets a penalty. Arsenal on 14 seconds at the moment, the most of anyone now, because JJ Francis has retired. As look at that, right behind Seb. Before we even get to the straight, he's going to try the switch now, and he's now going to get ahead of Seb with the DRS. And the Red Bull and the Haas will fly by now. Will Seb put up any fight? I don't think so. We'll stay behind the Red Bull now. And hopefully just get in the slipstream and stay ahead of Frosty Life at least. Here we go then, Thies on the back of Tigo.
If I could just butt in.
Yeah, of course.
On 12 laps of this race, including JJ Francis penalties, we have a whopping 104 seconds worth of penalties.
Bleeding it.
Guinness World Record, I think.
JJ Francis nearly had as much as that, but he gave up. So 3-6, 3-6, and then we have threes. These. Right, DRS open on Tigo. Tigo trying to break the toe as he's moving all over the shop there to try and make sure Thies doesn't get ahead. Will Thies try and send one up the inside of Tigo? He is.
Thies.
Josh Crabtree fastest lap on the hard compound tyres. Tigo stays ahead of the Ferrari. As Josh Crabtree.
Miles an hour,
Really?
on that short straight. Relatively short. Quite
Right,
impressive.
let's see if
Let's see what you can do, yeah, down onto this straight.
Yeah, if Tigo can really defend as Sin gets another penalty. Tigo has got quite a bit of a gap though. He is using his ERS, of course.
160 onto the straight there. And then we'll just see that
206.
counter rising.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my.
Oh my god, it's like 14
Tigo
mile an hour
out of
extra.
DRS.
Oh, he really is using it to hold these at bay.
Maybe onto
The
the
gap
straight then.
is 17 seconds pretty much between him and his teammate. But heading up to the end of sector 2,
Is
the
he
start
going
of
to be able
sector
to do
3.
it before this corner? It's going to be risky. Yeah, he thinks better of it.
Yeah, he knows better than to challenge Tigo at the moment. Good, it was a good battle though Tigo had earlier in the race though.
Yeah, it was. Until I didn't.
Until this corner, yeah. Yeah, speaking of which, Kudure's down in P13. Obviously, didn't give up last week and managed to get 2 points after being P18 for most of the race. But these currently just stuck behind Tigo. They're stuck at the front 3. Frankie is gaining on Erosia, who's now nearly 8 seconds behind Bram. Bram just keeping it cool, keeping it clean. And these just not close enough to Tigo at the moment. It's going to be hurting his tyres. It's going to be using more of his ERS as it's getting sunnier. As Josh Crabtree is ahead of Carbro.
The sun
Arsenal gets another penalty.
has appeared. Surely on this straight. These
Perhaps.
27% ERS versus 16.
Oh! Little twitch of the rear from Tigo there. Feeling the pressure, and this might be where Thieves gets him. He's using his ERS, but so is Tigo. He's using everything he's got as Bratty and Krudavez are battling.
Tigo's getting great traction out of that corner, and he moves very aggressively. But 210 miles an hour into the racing zone. Thieves just like
he's gone very deep.
Loves those low downforce out.
Indeed, Frosty Life and Seb battling away. Seb once again brilliantly round the outside, gets back ahead of the person he's battling with, and he gets back ahead of Frosty as These, has got ahead of Tigo, who went in too deep, and that's P4 from P10, who was P14 right at the very start. And once again, it's been a good comeback from Thieves, capitalising on others' mistakes. But now a podium might seem a bit more tricky because he's 7.6 behind. Frankie, who's going to be battling away with Erosia. Erosia really wants this podium then for his home Grand Prix. It would be great if he could, and he's going to do everything he can to make sure he does get it. 12 laps to go then in this French Grand Prix. We've had everything really. We've had crashes, we've had battles, we've had wet and dry. What have we missed? Oh, there! Oh, Frankie! As soon as I'm riding on board with him, wow. Okay, there's These. Well then, a podium may not be so much of a challenge then for These now.
These
within
needs to
3
gain
seconds.
2 seconds, and then it'll be on Hirosia as well.
Yeah. Oh, wow. As Sinai come into the pit.
It again.
Going to be kicking himself for that.
Yeah.
I wonder where Josh Crabtree will be after all this as well. We can't forget about him because he's pitted for the Hearts. He's going to the end.
Well, he's got that 5 second, which could be helped with a safety car, but...
Yeah, 8 seconds as well, but yeah.
But he's already used those soft tyres, so, you know... I guess he's got those brand new sets, though, from qualifying. Because we have Seb getting another 3 second, putting him on 9.
Frosty Life still no penalties, so top 5 isn't out of the question at the moment. So yeah, it's definitely clearing up. As These, if he wants to get this podium, I think he's still going to have to battle Frankie.
He's got a little bit of graining on both front tyres, as I just see Frosty.
Oh, there we go. Frankie's in.
Graining. Yeah, you can see Frankie on that.
Yeah.
Frosty Life's just there, so I'll get him back.
Yeah, this happened last week. Unfortunately, let's hope he doesn't lose too much time. There's no one really behind him.
Could you just read me out the numbers on the end of his?
I invited him, don't worry.
Oh.
Yeah. You just have to go to the spectator menu and you can invite them. Yeah. Smithy penalty. Right, Thieves 7.6 behind Erosia. with Erosia's 6 seconds of penalties as we're looking from the helicopter cam. As Thieves now flies by on the straight. Currently in P3, but Josh Crabtree will of course be ahead of him. As he's right behind Tigo. And he doesn't want to make any mistakes as Frankie's got a penalty. That's definitely going to be a warning for Josh. But now Josh is going to use his ERS, so is Tigo. And he's going to try a move here. Down the inside on Tigo. Is this going to work? They're going wheel to wheel. Side pod to side pod. We got a yellow. That's one of the Mercedes. I think that's Carbro because it obviously isn't Frosty Life. It's Frosty Life's drawing back. And there we go. Josh is ahead of Tigo.
I was just looking at...
He's going to try back at him. Nearly bagging wheels. Oh no! Tigo!
Man. Such a great battle and just ends it with tears. But
once again, Josh's hopes of winning a Grand Prix have been flushed because that might lose him now a heap of time. And Thieves will pit, obviously, and probably still come up behind Josh.
In as well, his AI, unfortunately. But I was just looking at Tigo and Thieves' tyres. They don't look in the best of shape. I wonder if they're not going to make it to the end, especially Tigo's. You can see it very prominently. But Thieves as well, a lot of graining. They should be around 50-60% and will be creeping up in the next 10 laps.
Forgot how many IPs Tigo's on, but that's definitely 2 or 3 incidents we've seen him in today.
Yeah.
Thieves, still no penalties. Frosty Life, join back, still no penalties. But down in P11, obviously after pitting, it's going to be very annoyed at that. No safety car. It's quite rare now if we see a safety car in Tier 2 these days. I think this is the 3rd, maybe 2nd race in a row. 2nd or 3rd. No safety car. Anyway. Let's just wonder, because Thieves did this last time, could they take the mediums to the end? They pitted around, I don't know, oh, never mind. Thieves is in. Bram's in. Oh, Bram sped! Oh no!
That's gonna be huge.
I was wondering, could they take the mediums to the end? But I'm guessing that's a no.
Yeah,
right, let's look at leader.
Just a couple laps ago, Thieves look very bad.
So Josh and
missing the apex.
Yeah, Josh and Bram both have 8 seconds. Josh was full on half a minute behind because of his spin, as Marosia's both for wait. We don't know how to see. Oh, Tigo's in.
Tigo 5 seconds, 16 elements. Oh. That's the glitch entering into the pit lane. I'm pretty sure if you go over the white line, you just get instant 5 seconds.
Perhaps. We'll have to look at that, because I think those can actually be removed.
Yeah.
Right, Josh coming out the pit lane, but he's still a whole 9-10 seconds behind Bram because of that spin.
Oh, Tigo has to serve it. That is very unlucky.
Oh, dear. But he might have served a penalty given to him earlier.
No,
oh wait, no, never mind.
6 seconds.
Yeah, never mind. He can't.
Very unlucky. We've got Seb just as I went on board with him.
Fastest lap. As Kudaves versus Bratty now for P6. Frankie up in front. As Erosia now leads this race, and Erosia's front right does look a bit worn, but I'm sure he'll have to pit. Hard compound type. Do they really want to put hards with 9 laps to go? Erosia's are 3 laps fresher. Could Erosia really go 21 laps on those mediums? He's got 8 seconds. 8 seconds to Bram. So Bram would not only would he have to catch him, but he'd also have to get a 2-second gap. As Kudaves versus Bratty heading in. Kudaves is ahead of the Alpine as Seb is watching all this unfold on the softs. But Bratty's now going to come back at Kudaves.
Bratty's got more
he's not got the slipstream.
Kudaves is up. Seems to be very powerful at the moment.
The top 2 stay out. Well, if it stays like this, Thieves will win.
Well, Thieves pitted, didn't he, before everything?
Yeah.
I say he's going to have like 5-10% more
He's
time.
generally going to go 95% of this race on one tyre. He did 100% last time out. But surely not this time. Can he really do 2 in a row? We'll wait and find out. Tyres are in the top right anyway, so we'll just stick on penalties. Could you double check if Thieves has 2 warnings, you said?
Yeah,
right?
now looking, just making sure that his first warning was a track limit, and I had this thing that it is. He's on 2 warnings, and with those tyres, falling off the cliff as they are, it's going to be very tough to keep it on track, especially through that middle and last sector.
Right, 8 laps to go then. No crashes resulting in a car being out the race. We've got Arsenal in P15, Nathan 12 seconds ahead in P14, Sin Icon 13th, Carbro 12th, Smithy 11th, Tigo 10th, Frosty Life 9th, Seb watching this battle still unfold. Bratty goes very deep to try and get ahead of Crudevez, goes too deep, and now he's under pressure from Seb as Crudevez tries to pull ahead, over half a minute behind the leader though. Frankie.
Oh,
These has got
these as well.
Speeding! It's not even a corner cut. These are sped then, and that could change the course of the podium. So, is Erosio really going to stay out? Bram set the fastest lap, and if Erosio is going to the end, if he's committed and determined and motivated enough to win his home Grand Prix by staying out, he's going to have to really... Oh no, there it is! 3 seconds! Oh, Bram just has to get within a second now. Oh, Erosio.
Another update on the time penalty. 148 seconds. That is with 5 seconds, like Tigo, that has been served, but overall penalties.
Oh lord, right, Thies has put the soft compound tyres on him. He is going to be mega as he's right behind the back of Frankie. And he'll probably clear him by the end of the straight. Oh, but Bram just has to gain 2.5 and the win is his. Can you check Bram's penalties, Nick?
Will do, as I just think Thies goes to move there on Frankie.
Easy.
Straight ahead.
Easiest move you'll probably ever make. But Josh is about 9 seconds in front of Thies. Thies has to get within 3 to beat him.
Bram's on 2 warnings after his penalty. So, yeah.
It's not that I want Erosio to win, but...
So, Bram's gone on hard.
Bram, you can push if you want, man. You can push a bit.
Bram's gone on hard. Like, where's the logic? I mean, I guess
well, when did he pit?
2 laps ago. I guess the soft
wait,
not make it.
Erosia's in. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The race director.
Could we have a safety car now? That would be great.
I wonder if these will get Herosian though.
Right, so Bram looks like he's going to win this race. Josh, after being spun by Tigo, 10.3.
Between the two, I think these will just get them. Yeah.
But will he get out ahead of Frankie? Yes. Right, so let's look at penalties. This rate, Frankie will beat Erosio. So it might be a top 5 then for Erosio. He couldn't make the mediums go all the way to the end. And looks like, at the moment, unless we have a safety car, for the 2nd time in his career, and for the 7th time this season, Ferrari are going to win a race. 7 wins in 12 races. They really are the ones to beat. There's Erosio, let's see what he can do. Can he gain on Thies, or has Thies just got too much speed compared to the Alfa Romeo?
Yeah, Thies is setting purple sectors at the moment. I'm surprised he's not got it before, as he has had a couple of purple sectors, but he's got purple in the first sector, and we'll see how he does in the last.
1.1 seconds quicker, we've got a yellow.
Carbro, I believe, once again spinning out of a tricky lap.
Got a little nice battle here.
Ray,
Seb and Frosty. So Frosty's going to try around the outside, as Seb's going to try to the inside of Bratty, and they nearly make contact, and the Mercedes is going to try and gain on Seb, but can't quite do it. Just about avoiding the rear of the Haas, as Crudevez isn't exactly pulling away, so it's a 4-car battle now for P6, as Frosty Life is going to gain on all of them. Thies fastest lap. Frosty Life nearly gets a penalty. Seb does get a penalty. Frosty Life will be... Wow. Frosty will be P6 if he just stays behind all of them. But yeah, looking further front. Bratty Terror going to try around the outside, and he's nearly spun, and the Red Bull! And the Red... Oh dear! Seb! This might be a safety car indeed.
It is!
It is! Oh no!
They've changed it around!
Crudaveis, who tried to turn right to make sure he didn't spin, did end up spinning, and Seb ended up hitting him out the race, and Frosty Life gains on that, and this has completely changed it.
The front two on the hard tyres, they're going to be on massive pressure from the cars behind.
Bram could pit, I think. It's a long pit lane, but... Oh, Thies.
Frosty Life at the moment.
I was going to say Frosty. Oh, this heats up. I think this has fallen into Thies' hands, though. Really well. Because he can serve that penalty.
He can, but so will Bram. That's the thing. If Bram wants to
go, then.
The softs, as Bram's now going in, he's going to serve
he wants to stick on the... He needs to stick on the white...
Oh, he's done it again! Oh, my God. Oh, damn.
I was going to say he's sticking on the white line so he doesn't get a penalty, but he does it again. Josh, what?
No.
Josh cuts just before he passes it, and he slows right down. Thies is going to pit again, even though he's on the soft, so he's going to serve that penalty. Bram, man. Oh, he's back on 8 seconds. Right, what about...
We've had our fair share.
Erosia stays out.
Yeah, well, I mean, 9 seconds on softs, he can't serve anything, so...
Yeah, Bratty gets a 5 second
speeding into the pit lane. We've had a mare. We've had the biggest commentary
curse. Right, Frosty Life then. It's all down to him. No penalties. Well, Thies also has no penalties, but Frosty will be putting on the softs.
So, yeah, really, well, Thies on the softs.
If Frankie can do a madness and hold Thies up and get 3 seconds behind Josh. Everyone's on the softs, apart from Sin Icon, who I'm guessing will put the softs on. So everyone's on the softs, apart from Bram, who's on the mediums. Wait, Bram pitted and put on 13-lap-old mediums.
What's he doing?
Brazil Tier 2 Season 4 all over again.
He's got, like... I swear he's got,
Bram has gone into the pit lane, he's got given a penalty, he has served that penalty, and he's put on old tyres.
I swear, you have 4 sets... No, yeah, you've got 4 sets of tyres, mate. You've used one set of softs.
Why didn't he put the softs on?
You've not even used the softs.
What is he doing? Everyone is on the soft compound tyre apart from Bram, who's put on old tyres, who's gone into the pit lane, got a penalty, even though he was going to remove that penalty. As Frosty Life, what's happened to him? Oh, Frosty spun, I think.
Unless he's been smart and he's going to pit this lap to serve that penalty, so he changed it to medium so he don't put anywhere on the softs. That could be big brain, but I highly doubt it.
Oh, it's all happening. We're going to have about 2 or 3, probably 3 laps of running. Who is lapped, by the way? Is everyone still on the lead lap? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Right, so we know what everyone's tyres are.
And Bram stays out. So...
Oh, Thies! Oh, wait, no, Bratty's pitting. Yeah, Bratty, don't worry. He's on the softs, though. How long has he been on those? What? Those are new softs and Bratty's pitting. Is it? Oh, is this to get rid of a penalty, maybe?
Smart.
Bratty on 8. Yeah, that is kind of smart, actually.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe that was what Brown was going to do. He put on old tyres, so he would go out doing that, serve that penalty, he quickly swapped it as he got the 5 seconds, and then put on brand new softs and not have any wear on them. But
he's going to be dead last. He's going to, he's generally going to be second last. So that's 2 people then, no penalties. Frosty has it all to gain. These will probably win unless Frankie can hold him up.
I know.
And Bram, it's gone from bad to worse.
Might be hard, but I've just seen someone like cut the whole corner under safety car. Do you know what? I'm actually scared. What would JJ Francis be on right now?
Smithy's 3rd. I know he stayed out, but he's been nowhere all race, and now he's 3rd. I mean, fair enough, he's got 12 seconds, but how old
that front right looks a bit.
Yeah, 6 laps, so they're going to be a bit dead near the end, but should make it.
But 14 laps.
I think the safety car's going to come in next lap. I'm really not sure. It's probably a mistake. All 13 cars have caught up, but we're just waiting on Arsenal. If Arsenal doesn't catch the safety car this lap, then we are
I think
only
he
legit
might.
going to have 2 laps of running. Well, where's the safety car line? It should be there. Like, they're passing it now.
Well, it can go as late as it can until it gets to, like, the safety, well, pretty much the pit edge. So the latest point will probably be the exit of this corner. But I wonder, it's going to be tight.
Will it come in? We think it shouldn't, but...
It might. Safe
Oh,
car
it
in.
is! There we go then.
We're
We're gonna have 3 laps of running then.
Oh! I think I've just seen Smithy. I might have just seen Josh Crabtree going to the back of Smithy. Smithy's car looked like it jolted forward a little bit. And
Well, no penalty. Right, so here we go then. Waiting on the French driver at his home Grand Prix to lead away. The French Grand Prix. Smithy's left. If you can invite him back, Nick.
Will do.
Arozia leads away from Bram, from Smithy. He's going to lose a ton of positions as Frankie's already alongside. As Thies is waiting to get in on the act. That's 1 position done already. And Josh has an illegal overtake for overtaking Smithy. And that allows Thies up into 4th. Frankie's up to 3rd. Bram is still 7 tenths behind. And Thies now looks in good position to win this race still. As Josh has to give Black the place. Tigo and Seb battling away their back wheels. Tigo gets ahead. Seb going to try back around the outside. Josh gets another penalty. As Seb and Frosty Life down the inside. He's going to try and make a move. He's got to try and hurry up because he's losing time. He's losing seconds. As Arosia's got a 1.1 second advantage to Bram on those dying mediums. Frankie now is going to try and make a move. We'll look at further back to... Oh, we got a yellow further back. That's one of the Mercedes. And Frosty Life, no! He's dropped all the way down. A Sin Icon. And Erosia has now left the session. Nick, if you could do the same thing. It's all happening.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. Right, interval. Oh, we got a yellow again. Is that Nathan? I think it is. Right then, Erosia is going to lose the lead now. His AI is ghosted. Bram takes the lead on his old mediums. Frankie now is going to get ahead. Oh, Frankie nearly loses the rear. As, oh, he's all over the shop. As Frankie just ahead of these. Frankie is trying to overtake the ghosted AI as Smithy's back in. As Frankie's up to P2 then. We got a yellow further down and that's Bratty's out. He's given up. Right then. Arosia's now dropped down to 4th sadly. As down the inside, Josh Crabtree versus Thies. The top 2 in the World Championship. As we head on to lap 26 or 27. Frankie is not got nothing. Nothing. As Josh is going to try on outside. Frankie's lost 2 positions.
Well covered by Thies there. Just brought it back to the right hand side and it's 1-2 for the Ferrari.
So yeah, 1-2 for the Ferrari. So Frankie is P3, holding off P4 for Josh, who's sending it and can't quite make the move. As Arosia's still not back in. It's a heartbreak for him. Bratty's given up.
Oh,
Nathan's down in 12th. Spinning out there is Smithy. No, it's Nathan. AlphaTauri just down in the dumps at the moment. Then we know who's going to be the winner then. At the moment, Ferrari 1-2. Frankie might be able to get P2. Just use the invite thing, Nick. I told you about.
Because he's left and it won't play you game card.
Bratty's retired anyway, so you can't invite him anyway. He's retired. Right. Frankie is within 2 seconds of Bram, so Frankie will be 2nd at the moment. But he's not going to give this one without a fight, as he's going to try and look to the inside of Thies. He's going to look to the outside of Thies. If he can make this move stick, if he can hug it round the outside, if he can get ahead of the Ferrari, who forces him off the track. As Josh is now going to capitalise on that moment, and he's going to go round the outside and try and repeat what Frankie couldn't do. And now he nearly gets forced off as he's in the slipstream of Thies. And it's all happening. The leaders battling on the final couple laps as we head into the final lap. Bram, a 2nd ahead of his teammate, who's going to try and give him DRS, that will be activated on this lap. Right, we have about 4 miles to go as Frankie has got a brilliant exit and is now wheel to wheel with Josh as they cross the line to start the final rotation of this Grand Prix. Frosty Life spinning out. Deep goes Josh. And Frankie's going to try the switchback. Can't quite get through. And I think that's Thies' race done and dusted. As it looks like Josh and Frankie are going to be battling for position as they both have 6 seconds. And they're both going to be battling for P2 then. Josh needs the points after losing. Going to lose 7. Oh, Frankie! What a save from Frankie! He's lost a lot of time, but he's managed to keep it there. And he might not even get P3 now because he's now over 2 seconds. Erosia's joined back. Frankie needs to gain 4 tenths if he's going to get P3 back. But he's losing a place to Tigo, who now sends it down the inside. He keeps within the track limits. as Frankie switches back and gets back ahead of Tigo. Seb watching this all unfold. Carbrove, they're battling for position as well. Josh right behind Thies. Thies in the slipstream. Is Josh going to try a late send? Is he going to try something desperate? Is he going to try and make the move that Frankie couldn't? Because Thies forced him wide, and Thies is going to do it again nearly, but he leaves him enough room as Josh has the inside, and he keeps ahead of Thies this time as they're wheel to wheel as we're ending this Grand Prix. Thies nearly goes off the track. They're wheel to wheel still. This is brilliant as we're heading down to the final couple corners. We got a yellow. Thies is going to try and hang it round the outside. Josh is going to stick his nose in there. They're still wheel to wheel. Bram is going to win this race on track, and Josh Crabtree brilliantly gets ahead of Thies. But the race has come to an end, and it's going to be Thies winning out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6th win in Tier 2 for Thies, and he's second in the all-time list now for wins. Josh second. It's a Ferrari 1-2. They're both on the podium. Frankie 4th, Tigo 5th, Sin Icon 6th, Frosty Life 7th. Erosia will sadly and disappointingly finish in 8th in his home Grand Prix. Carbo 9th. Arsenal does pick up a point. Seb drops down to 11th after running in the points to AlphaTauri. Pointless and finishing last and second last. These brilliantly wins out. What a race, what an ending. Void mediums. Oh god. As he's doing the robot.
Oh, they are some dance moves if I've ever seen them. But where's Gorilla? Don't see him.
True.
Bit disappointed. Come on, F1 game.
Starts the second half of the season off right. 1-2 in the championship, finish 1-2. And Thies extends his championship lead. Fastest lap to go with it, maximum points after starting P11. That is a comeback and a half. Last time someone won in real life on P11, Fernando Alonso 10 years ago, Valencia. That was also a crazy race. And we've just seen another one. These wins out then. Ahead of Josh, ahead of Bram, Frankie P4, Tigo 5th. Ahead of his teammate down in 8th. I think Tigo may get a penalty or two, so that might promote a few people. Sin Icon out of nowhere, P6 for him. Well done, Jason. Carbo does pick up a couple points. Arsenal P10. Seb 11th. Not the greatest race for him, and for AlphaTauri as well. And then we have a few DNFs as well. Right, let's get the top 3 in then. Right, there he is. Right, we've got these. Gonna have to find Bram and Josh in my friends list.
Hello, I cleared my audio.
These, once again, another crazy race with you winning out on top.
Yeah, uh, I mean, I didn't expect this one. I for sure was lucky, really, really lucky. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just a bit confused actually.
Yeah, we all are a bit. That was a brilliant battle with Josh in the final few corners. As Josh joins the party now, how do you feel that the battles were today?
I mean,
Josh, if you
I
can
mean,
include your audio, I'll ask you a question after these. Yeah.
yeah, bro starts answering the questions. No, I mean, at the start it was very chaotic, and then the battles were just I was faster, but I just had to watch out because I can't spin, etc., etc. I mean, at the end, um, I'm not sure what happened with Josh at the safety car restart, but he was very slow. Erosia was an AI, and I was at way more straight line speed than Frankie, so I overtook them all, and then I just, I mean, I was gonna get the win anyway because I had no penalties, and so I just told Bram, okay, I'm just gonna try to hold them up. I was lifting on the straights, etc., and just trying to create a gap. Unfortunately, Bram got P3, not P2, but at least it's not P4, so I gave him one position, and I still won. So, but it was a good battle at the end, for
Yeah, it
sure.
was really good. Josh, I'm guessing, got an illegal overtake at the restart, so he had to drop back. Anyway, Josh, P2, mate. Not exactly the win. You obviously got caught up, unfortunately, with Tigo. He spun you, and then you obviously got a few penalties. Just take us through the race on your end. How was it? Yeah, once again, another podium. I'm sure that win is coming. But yeah, Thieves extends an advantage, but you are probably the only person who could probably catch him now as we start the second half of the season with the top two in the championship finishing 1-2. Um, you got involved in an incident with Tigo. Do you want to give any comments on that? Or I'll pass it over to Nick now. Nick, do you have any questions for our top two?
I will think of some.
Um,
Please.
yeah.
Yes.
What what happened at the start and what inspired your choice to go onto the mediums?
I mean, at the start it was very chaotic, so I won some positions, but then I had to cut the corner, so I was just lifting. I didn't want to get any penalties at the start already. Then I won some positions, and I'm not sure who it was, but it was just I passed a few guys, had some space in front of me, and then someone decided to brake late and spin me, so I had front wing damage. Um, but I mean, I was in so much chaos, so I just wanted to go for the mediums anyway, and then I had to because I needed to change my front wing. But actually, I think I was like P15 maybe when I pitted, or P16 maybe, and when the rest pitted, I was P13, and I even changed my front wing, so I don't think it was that bad of a strategy.
I agree. And Josh, what were your thoughts in that last safety car? I believe you're around P5 maybe, and obviously we just had the contact with Tiga, and what was going through your head?
Yeah, it wasn't Bram's choice to put on 13-lap-old mediums in his pit stop.
I,
That
I
was
mean,
unfortunate.
he told me that he selected the softs, but yeah, I'm not sure.
That's unfortunate. Is
My
Bram
opinion,
joining the
Bram
party or?
deserves. Isn't he joining?
I've invited him. Don't know if he's joining though. We'll wait.
Yeah, he did. Uh, In a spare time, I'm gonna just say that what
There he is.
I was so confused at the qualifying because I mean I was going very wide and I understand
Nick,
that
explain.
explain me.
So basically, um, Codemasters can't be asked to make like an actual good track limit system. So you might experience it at Spa in a couple of weeks. Basically, if you go too far off track at like usually a slow speed, I've not tried it at a high speed, but usually the game just basically thinks you've cut the whole track, like you've gone from one side to another, and it just invalidates this in next lap. So yeah,
Where you went
Anyway,
off, you could have been off for the whole rest of the lap up until the line, so the
yeah, I
game
mean, but I
invalidates your
didn't.
next lap. I know,
Yeah,
but you could have. That is a
yeah, I know.
possibility.
It's just it. I
Yeah.
mean, I was very frustrated, but then I was like, okay, I'm gonna set my lap and I'm gonna see what it was gonna be. And it was pulled by like a half a second. So yeah, it
Yeah.
yeah,
was a
I
great
said
lap.
that to Jane because I saw
Bram,
you say
if
in the
you can
chat.
include your
Yeah,
audio.
I have.
Okay, cool. And then we'll interview you, and then we'll be done. How was the race for you, just from your perspective?
It's the qualifying. It was what I thought it was gonna be. Could have had it better. It was what it was. And luckily, I noticed that the entries were quick in an early stage of the qualifying. Then in the race, I had great pace, had a range, now had a try setup, quickly tried up. Went into the first place, and then the safety car came, and it just fell apart.
What
I
was the whole intention behind the mediums? I'm guessing you were supposed to pit for softs, and
I
it didn't
equipped
work
my fresh softs, went in a pit lane, under the delta, even went wide, was in second gear, even first, and
and you
uh,
sped.
and I still sped. Penalty got removed, and they put me on my old mediums, which were like 60-70% worn out.
Nice. You did
Didn't have
well to
the
hold
pace
on,
anymore.
but it's P3.
Um,
Still a podium. You gain on your closest rivals, and Ferrari gain more in the championship. So yeah, Nick, do you have any questions
Wait,
for Bram?
can I just ask one question?
Yeah.
Did you see who spun me? Like when I got cut off?
Yes,
The
And
start?
yes.
AlphaTauri hit Tigo
So
into you, I think.
yeah, Smithy
Yeah.
hit Tigo into you.
ironic that Hiko has something to do with the collision.
Tigo's been involved in
Yeah.
like 3 or 4, so
Yeah. He
uh,
almost spun me when I overtook him, but yeah. Sorry.
nearly. Nick, do you have a question for Bram or?
I don't have any questions, but I'd just like to congratulate the top three and say well done because you were all of you in a very hectic and unlucky race at some parts, and you did very well to bring it onto the top 3 steps.
Couldn't have put it by
I
myself.
would like to add something.
Oh, yep. Okay.
This is just my rookie season. Next year, these mistakes won't happen. Next year, this gonna be a win. Believe me.
We'll see. We'll
That's
see.
what we like to hear.
We'll see. Yeah.
Anyway, we will love you and leave you, and we'll
I'm
see you in
teasing the
7 days.
next season already. I'm sorry, Jaden.
We'll in 7 days' time at the Hungaroring to actually, I guess, end the official first half of the season, because usually it's between Hungary and Belgium. But anyway, now you're not washed. We'll see you next time out in Hungary.
Until